Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and this is Evil Bank Manager. Mwahahaha. Anyway, yes, we have a couple of things that we want to do in this episode. Chief amongst them is that we want to expand, or should I say, continue expanding into brand new countries. In the comments of the last couple of videos, I'm very grateful for a bunch of suggestions, really, about where we can and should go next. With regards to where it is best for us to go next, I don't really know, and that is for the simple reason is that I don't know how much it costs to get into any one given market. There seemingly is no consistency between them, so I think the only way to find out how much a market is worth is by clicking through them. Wallachia? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, that's a pretty cheap market, and we should potentially think about that one in terms of expanding. But really, there is seemingly no consistency with regards to how much it costs to actually get access to a specific market. So we're just gonna have to keep on clicking around and see what we can organize. Moldova, that's pretty cheap. That wasn't Moldova that I clicked on. But yeah, okay. So Wallachia, I think that's how you say it, and Moldova, that's definitely how you say it. Let's investigate perhaps expanding here in good time. There's still a couple of other things that we want to do. Before we do that, obviously we want to make sure that we're making our weapons. Just every opportunity we get, really. It's just a good thing to do, and we need to make sure that we are continually selling them on the exchange. That is pretty much exactly what we need to be doing. Also, furs, I want to try and optimize a little bit so that we're selling at high points. So we want to try and sell bows in 2 turns, and we want to try selling swords next turn. Just something little that I think that we could probably optimize slightly. Doesn't particularly matter in the grand scheme of things. Our goal just shot up by 2,000. Is that because of our because of the fact that we own a real estate thing? No. I don't really understand why our money shot up by 2,000. A war did begin, but I don't think it's got anything to do with us. Again, just all guessing, guessing what's going on here. Anyway, let's see if there's anything that's the wrong button. Let's see if there's anything worth us buying. No new offers. New offers will be available at the next move. Well, okay, there's clearly nothing available for us currently. We do want to try and make sure that we sell off all of the stuff that we need to sell off. What did I say that we were going to sell off this turn? I can't even remember. It was bows. Yeah, bows we want to... no, sorry, not bows. It was swords that we want to sell off now, and bows that we want to sell off next turn. So we'll sell off bows now. We'll... oh yeah, we've got stone coming in as well. I forgot about stone. Well, let's sell off the swords for now, and then we can deal with everything else next turn. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we don't have any offers to buy, because we've got quite a substantial chunk of change just sitting around in the bank at the moment. Speaking of the bank, we also need to make sure that we are not just using the bank, we are using our influence. Since I've figured out pretty much how espionage works, or how I figured it out in the last episode, we can look at improving our relations with Brittany. Yeah, let's get a gathering with you. Okay, so that's pretty good. We're pretty well on the way to improving our relations with everyone, really. And let's go to the next turn again. Our goal staying pretty steady there. Pretty happy with that. Now, espionage each turn. I thought we would have enough to do another action here, but apparently we don't. Yeah, the speed at which our relation decays really is quite worrying. We are level 2. We are level 2. We can't go for an upgrade. We need to get headquarters level 3. What do we need in order to get headquarters at level 3? We need 4 regions. Okay, so we are actually quite a ways away from that. It would be good to get a couple of upgrades, but no worries on that. I think our gold, by the way, increased last turn because the fact that we had collected our debts. That's what I believe we did. Sure, let's do loans. There seemingly is no reason not to do loans other than the fact that, you know, they might not get repaid. Oh, bloomin' hell, I hate how I have to zoom out every time. We could also get an upgrade here, presumably limit of fear. Limit of fear increases. Let's do that. I guess there's no reason not to. Yep, so the limit of fear and has now increased to 360, which is great. And I guess that just means that people are more likely to pay us back, which is pretty much exactly what we're after, right? Oh, also, speaking of fear, yeah, we can invest in property. We collect grain in the spring. I think it's at the end of May. So we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Also, I do believe that now is a great opportunity for us to sell off. I can't remember if it was bows or swords, but it definitely is something, and it's definitely something that we should do right now. What is it? It was bows. Let's sell off a bunch of bows. Fur, I'm continuing to let rise. Quite happy for that to continue on up. Stone, I don't really think that there is much reason for us to sell stone. It can actually be much more useful for us to just wait that one out. Speaking of luxury, actually, we could definitely do. I was way to say we could definitely do with buying some furs, but for some weird reason, the price of buying furs is different from the price of selling furs? Why am I only getting 9.7 for that? Whereas in order to buy a fur, it costs, well, currently 18.9. That just seems pretty broken and sort of undermines the whole point of having a market. Like, what? Just doesn't make sense. Like, swords I sell for 7.3. Swords I sell for 7.3. And on the market, they're going for 14.5. Okay, well, I understand why this is the case. It's so that you can't have people like me come in here, buy a whole bunch of topaz one turn and sell it off the next turn. But that's not how a market works. That's absolutely not how a market works. Although in fairness, it's also a market doesn't work. It doesn't, you know, let you see the forecasts. That's just peculiar. It really, really is very, very peculiar indeed. Yeah, we've currently got the borrowers. That's 3 turns before we can return that. Fine, quite happy to let that just chug along. Let's see if we can get any improvements. No, we can't. I've already dealt with that. Let's go to the next turn and see what on earth happens. So, first things first. Can we actually buy anything? No, we can't. A little bit annoying there. When the music sort of speeds up in this game, it makes me want to talk faster, but I just need to, you know, take it slow. So let's just order our standard. Let's do that. We can actually improve relations now. We do have the influence that we need. Let's try and improve with Brittany. There we go. And now we're back up to 223. I don't know what the bonuses are that we get. I don't understand what these bits are. I don't understand what they do. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't know. If we were to upgrade guards further, would we be able to send out more loans? Because currently, we've only got 1 loan out. And I don't know how we can improve our amount of loans. Kind of a little bit annoying. Is it headquarters, perhaps, that allows us to improve the number of loans that we have? Either way, we know what we're looking for. We are... Yeah. Go over. I don't understand how this works. I don't understand how we can invest in people. Scotland, wow, 20,000 to get into Scotland. That's pretty good. So, along with Moldova and Wallachia, I don't know. We're gonna invest in there. Hey, look, we're climbing the rank, the bank rank. That's pretty good, actually. I will take that. I don't understand IMF. I mean, I get that is the sort of end game. But hey, I am actually really happy that my bank is climbing the ranking. I still don't understand how to change the name of my bank. Nope, no idea how to change it whatsoever. One would imagine that it is in the headquarters, but I just don't know. Anyway, doesn't seem to be anything particularly important to do this turn. We've already done all of the work that is required. Were we going to sell any weapons? We were going to sell... No, we were going to continue to let furs rise, and swords can be sold pretty soon anyway. Bows will sell next turn, and we can be pretty happy with that. Great. Ooh, there is some more property that we can potentially buy into. Purchase price, it is for stone. I don't value stone particularly highly, but I would rather have more property than not, because of course it's good to have property. Our loan is due to mature, I do believe, next turn, which is very, very nice indeed. We have 5,800 fear. That seems like quite a lot of fear, but I have no measurement of if that is a lot. Bows, swords, let's get them on order so that we can sell them off. Improving a relationship. I don't think we can actually improve a relationship right now. Where did Brittany go? Where did Brittany go? Brittany is now part of France. Does that mean that we have part of the French market? Oh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So now that Brittany has been subsumed into France, I now have no access to anything? Surely it would make sense if I had access to the French market if I was already invested. Okay, I mean, I guess that's something. I don't really know. It looks like Scotland is at war with England. That doesn't change the price of access at all. Doesn't look like Ireland is in at the moment. What does minus 708 mean? And what does 28,000 mean? I have literally no idea what these numbers mean. I guess we look and see if we can sell some stuff in Brittany, I guess, because there's nothing else to do in Brittany. Like, we only have one thing in Brittany anyway, and that is the Stonecutter's camp. There's no real point in me selling it because it's not worth anything. I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, furs are going to continue to rise. Fine. Swords are going to continue to rise. Bows are not. I'll sell them next turn, though. We'll sell bows next turn. Did I buy you? I can still buy this in Brittany. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Okay, fine. I am going to buy it. We'll sell off some resources now in order to afford that, because for some reason it still matters. It doesn't particularly matter, but that's what it is. I really do want to sell furs for as much as I possibly can. However, if I sold them now, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Swords would net us enough to get it. Let's do it. I'll sell swords. And let's buy the Stone Guild. Okay, perfect. So apparently we can continue just to work, and now we don't need to maintain relations with two countries. We only need to maintain relations with one, apparently, which is, I guess, a net positive. But hey ho. Okay, guards, you can go and take these debts back because we need them. Requires fear. We have loads of fear, so I'm completely fine with that. Profit per move. This is a higher profit, so we're going to take this one. Unfortunately, we can't take two loans out at the same time. Still don't understand how to increase our credit number. Oh, yes, of course, because we only had 700 bucks in the bank. That's fine. I'm content with that. Let's also quickly just manufacture a couple of weapons just to get our money up so that we can, you know, survive until the next turn. Sell you and sell you. Sell both. Perfect. That's 1,600, so that's pretty good. Investing in property. Can we invest more in... Okay, so that's in Brittany, and that would be an iron mine. That would be huge if we could get that. We don't have enough in resources to make that happen, though. Even if we were to sell everything off, it wouldn't be enough. That is disappointing, actually, because another iron mine would be huge for us. I'm actually quite tempted to try and sell off something. I mean, the logger's hut would net us enough money. That would be pretty good. The stone cutters... I'm very inclined to sell off the stone cutters, because the stone is of completely useless value to us. I'm going to sell off the stone cutters, and then I'm going to buy the iron mine. It's just like a... straight up a better thing to have going. I do believe. What is this? What does this green arrow indicate? I don't understand. Like the green little thing. Credits. How do we upgrade our credits? Our credits account. Will this allow us to have 2 loans? Maximum department loan. Wait, I thought our maximum department loan was 1,000 at the moment. Okay, well, let's upgrade that, see if it works. Can we upgrade our armory? What will an upgrade to our armory do? Volume of work? Sure, I guess. What about our investment? What will that do? Sure, I'll take that. Farms. What do farms do? Oh, I don't care about any of that. We are not even close to having the number of farms or whatever. We don't need to worry about that. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Can we see if we can give out some loans? Yeah, see, look, total credits. Our total credits is still only 1,000. Now that's frankly worthless. We want more than that. Or maybe it'll only change next turn? I'm not sure about that. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, well, let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Looks like we got our money back, which is great. Can we... Why do I keep clicking that button? Come on, go back in. There we go. Can we give out any more loans? We can give out another loan, but only because our other loan matured. That, to me, is just kind of like... meh? Yeah. No work for anyone. We've got tons of fear, which is great. The maximum amount of fear is defined by the building. Makes sense, right? But the credits, the quality of the work, I just issue in the region. Okay, so is it perhaps the region that stops us giving out larger loans? If so, distrust. How on earth do I get on top of this? I really genuinely do not understand how I can get on top, how I can get enough influence to actually get on top of my relationship with any of these countries. It just does not make sense. Anyway, let's go and see if we can invest in any property. It's a thingy in Brittany. I'm not really that bothered about Brittany, to be honest. We do actually have grain to sell, but... in fact, no, we don't have grain to sell. We do have a farm, though, I thought. Oh well, that's peculiar. Furs are continuing to rise. Buy on furs. But except don't buy from the shop, because if you buy furs from the shop, then you are going to get shafted. You are going to get shafted indeed. That is not a good way to go about doing business. Can we sell off anything that we don't care about at the moment? No. We do have a bunch of iron, and I tell you what, we do have a bunch of iron coming in now from the extra iron mine in Brittany, which is huge for us. It means that we now have, well, a heck of a lot of swords to sell off, which is really, really nice. I'm going to sell them off just to stay on top of things, and then we're going to go to the next turn. Beautiful. Investing in some property. Ooh, that would be great to get our hands on. Given the fact that furs are very much in season right now, I would love to be able to afford it. I would even more love to be able to afford it if we didn't have to sell off our colossal collection of furs at this present moment. However, I suspect that we might actually have to in order to make this purchase work. Let me see if I can make it work without without making that happen. Okay, so we collected on one of our farms. It's pretty pathetic. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so how much does this place cost? Is it 10,000? 7,800. Okay, so how many loans do we have that are up for collection? Not you. There, you. That matures in 3 turns. Okay, so we can't actually make this work unless we sell something off. Let's see if we can sell off a farm. If we could sell off this farm, that would be pretty much perfect. It is in Ireland as well, which is fine. We've just collected the harvest for the season, so that is pretty nice. Let's buy a farm. It does put us kind of close to the water line, I guess, in terms of survivability, but that's fine. That's okay. We can survive this for a little while. Yeah, man, this neutrality thing is just so irritating. Like, we cannot get like another employee. If we could get another employee, then that would be great, but we just can't. We've already got 2, and both of them are working their butts off, really. I don't understand. Oh, hold on a minute. Maybe find an expert. You are pretty bloomin' good. I'm gonna hire you. So he's got a value of 1,200. So does that mean now that we can offer loans up to 2,200? If so, that's very good news for us. Man, I always click the wrong button, and that always means that I have to re-click. I'm not going to give out any loans now. Let's see if it updates next turn. We'll see if it works. Okay, next turn. Good stuff. I know we're a bit low on cash. Oh man, I always click the wrong button there. Always, 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 without fail. Yay! Look, so we can send out massive loans now. But of course, we've got to keep in mind that we cannot let our expenditures get more than our gold. Otherwise, that results in just an absolute nightmare. So, of course, we're going to go through the motions of just making sure that we've got enough money to function. Turn to turn. There and there. I know it's not the best. Actually, it is the best. It's pretty good. Although it's not the best for swords. Still going to sell it off. It's pretty essential that we get that going. Grain, don't care about. Furs, we're continuing to amass furs. Furs, by the way, continuing to go through the roof. So I'm super happy that we ended up getting that deal done. A house, I'm not super sold on buying a house. We could probably afford it if we tried a little bit harder, but I'm not really that bothered. Let's go and have a little look at our credit situation. See what we can do. 1,900. Profit per move, 5%. That's pretty good. It is for 5 moves, though, so it ties up basically 2,000 cash for 5 moves. Not super happy with that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be phenomenal for us. Because, 5% of 2,000 each turn, compound, I guess, which is what it is. It's like 150, 200 profit for doing pretty much nothing. So pretty happy with the way that that's going. Anyway, we do need to be looking to expand to our next country. Although I am conscious of the fact that it's not as easy as that. We're slowly working our way, working our way up the influence table with Ireland, but that's a struggle as well. Certainly, there's a lot of things that we're trying to do. We need to keep a lot of balls in the air, so to speak, but that's not a problem. All right, we don't want to invest in the property, and we are improving relations with Ireland. Cool. Well, ladies and gents, I'm going to go to the next turn. There we go, and we're going to start the episode up next time, fresh on a brand new turn, dealing with all of the things that an evil bank manager needs to deal with. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. I'll see you next time. Bye.